All right, boys, we are back, and it's time for us to continue our GM mode commentary with the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's day 2 of GM Superbman's tenure as the general manager, and it's a big day, boys. I'd like to get the season underway, but before we do that, the potential future dynasty of the blue and white, it rests on my shoulders. I bear the responsibility, and if I'm going to turn this team into a dynasty, it all starts today. I got to get this franchise on the right direction, and that means the right trades, the right acquisitions, the right lines, the right growth for our young players like Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Mitch Marner. I mean, the future is looking so bright for the blue and white. I cannot goof this up. I have to ensure growth. So it all starts today. I'd like to sign maybe a free agent or two, maybe make a trade, but we are going to get a good chunk of the season simulation done in this video. All right, unless crazy things pop up. So before we get started, we just have to edit the trading block and make a free agent signing or two. I was reading your comments. The question I put to you guys was, should we be a tanking team or should we try to make the playoffs? A lot of people saying a tank would do your team wonders. Another top-notch prospect, I think Timothy Liljegren, super sweet right-handed defenseman. I butchered that name. That's the GM mode commentaries for you, boys. I'm going to be butchering everything. That would be fantastic. Morgan Riley with Liljegren, lefty, righty for the future. You already have the center and Austin Matthews. But some comments were also saying, you got to try to make the playoffs. You got a guy like Frederik Andersen, 88 overall goaltender. If you have crappy seasons, he may drop to an 87, 86. If you have good seasons, he may grow to an 89, 90. I don't know about the growth just yet, but I do like that second comment. I like the idea of trying to make the playoffs, not destroying your future, seeing how the season kind of plays out and then making decisions 40, 50 games in. We can unload some guys for some draft picks, prospects, but at the same time, we're not going to be trading for veterans to try to make the playoffs, all right? So let's get rid of all this stuff. Connor Brown, Lindbergh, no. So let's add in our older players just in case. I want to float guys like Joffrey Lupul. Let me just sort by age. Joffrey Lupul, he's got to be up there. Brooks Like, McCallick, these guys, I know they don't have the greatest trade value, but if I could free that cap space, if the right trade comes around, I'll go through with it. Especially after like the first 20 games, if we're below 500, I'll definitely do it then. McCallick, right? I'll throw him up there as well. Even though these guys currently are going to try to help Mitch Marner and I'll get to the line changes in a second. Hang on. All right, so there, and McCallick, I got Lupul up there already, and Roman Polak, sure, I'll throw him in. See if he can get me another 2 second-round picks from San Jose. Surplus. All right, so let me just go into this. Can I remove that? No, I don't have a surplus of anything. I don't want to. Current picks. Oh, Jesus, Tobias Lindbergh. Oh, morale. Oh, lost morale for being put on the trading block. I didn't know that. All right, so we have a surplus of first. No. I'm not trading away any of my first or seconds. I wouldn't mind trading away a third or fourth. So that's fine right there. And my future picks, not giving up a first or a second. All right, but a third or a fourth I'll put in just because a team may come at us with, hey, we'll give you a first for Joffrey Lupul and a third or something. I wouldn't mind taking that. So there is our surplus. All right. And our wants. Okay, so what do we want here? This is very interesting. Current picks. I'd like a first. I'd like a second. Yeah, that would work out for me. No thirds, no fourths. I only want I don't want to have teams wasting their time. I'll settle for a third and fourth closer to the trade deadline if I know I'm going to lose a player. But like I said, only if we get a sweet-ass deal am I going to go through with these. Let me just get rid of all that. Add items. So let's get some youngins in there. Forward, let's say a guy, I'd say like 24, 25 is kind of the age. I mean, guys like Jake Gardner, Kadri, JVR, they're what, 25, 26? So yeah, we'll say 26 years of age, all right? Potential, 4-star, medium. There you go. So we'll see what we get from that. All right, so there's the forwards on the trading block. We'll also go defenseman. I don't need to go goaltender. Frederik Andersen's going to be our starter for the short-term future. Not even a short-term future, freaking long-term future. 5 years on that deal. He's not going anywhere. All right, so same thing for the defenseman. Boom. So now, when we start simulating, we're going to see hopefully some teams contact us for some potential trades. And if we get the right one, I'll go through with it, boys. All right, so Joffrey Lupul, Milan McCallick, and Roman Polak are all up on the trading block. We'll see. kind of mimics the other teams who are getting rid of their veterans as well at the beginning, right? So we got 48 players under contract. We can have a total of 50 on our team. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to sign any more. I mean, we only have 4 goaltenders, but I was reading the comments and a lot of people are saying Chris Russell is the perfect defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, he's left-handed. A right-handed guy would be better, but you need a defensive player, and if you look at his defensive category, defensive awareness 86, shot blocking and stick checking 90 and 90. So you talk about Frederik Andersen having a good season, slot this guy in on the first line penalty kill. Maybe those defensive stats, keep the puck away from the net. Who knows? But another left-handed defenseman. Now all of a sudden you're in your top 4. You got Morgan Rielly, Jake Gardiner, and Chris Russell. That's 3. That's not bad. It's not bad. All right. So he only wants 1 year at 4.5. We only have 6.5 cap space, and I like the fact that he only wants 1 year. That's really good. So offer contract, hell yeah. Maybe that's a feature where if a free agent makes it to preseason, he no longer wants length. He just wants to get on a team. So I want to make sure I get this guy. I got $6.5 million. So I'll go up to $5 million for a 1-year deal, one-way contract. Boom. And that's perfect trade bait if it doesn't work out for us. If it does work out for us, I can always re-sign him in the offseason. He'll be 30 years of age. That's perfect for a young team, a veteran like Chris Russell. I'm currently considering my options. I'll get back to you, all right? So Chris Russell is figuring out if he's going to be a member of our team, and I'm not going to make any other signings, boys. We have too many forwards under contract. The last video I showed you, the AHL squad, we got guys like Soshnikov, Kapanen, who I couldn't even bring up, Kirby Reichel, right? So we're fine for forwards, but that one defenseman, that would be quite nice. So let's start the simulate up to the next day. We'll get preseason done. Hopefully we don't have any crazy injuries to deal with. Calendar, I'll just advance the day from this side. Yeah. I can do it from here, boys. There you go. Sim to the next preseason game. You know what? The only bad thing about advancing the day, you don't actually get to see what happened between... you don't get to see what happened in the game itself. Chris Russell, offer rejected. I appreciate your interest, but I've decided to go with another team at this time. My goal is to win, and I don't think your team is going to be in a position to win anytime soon. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, we got shut down. The guy does not want to be a part of the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, hang on a second. I got to take a look at that. How much did he sign for with the New Jersey Devils? Damn it, man. That's cool, though. We went after him. He did not want a piece of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hang on, New Jersey Devils. Let's see. If he signed for less than $5 million, I'll be pissed. Freaking hell. Chris Russell. He signed for 4.6. You could have made almost $500,000 more for 1 year. Who cares? The New Jersey Devils ain't gonna win shit. Well, Corey Schneider. They do have Taylor Hall now. Damn it. All right. It's a better bet than the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, fine. So we don't get our hands on what's it called? It's Chris Russell. Damn, boys. So this is what I mean about day 1 here with the Toronto Maple Leafs, figuring out how we can build this team. Chris Russell would have been a nice acquisition, but no, too good to be true, it looks like. I'm still trying to navigate these damn screens. Free agents. All right, so we'll go back in here. Is there any other defensemen we can get now? There's probably been a bunch of signings. Medvedev, 83. No, I'd rather just give our youngins the chance. Kyle Quincy. No, Mazar. You know what? No, I'm not going to get any defensemen. We'll just go into the season with what we have. There was a report, though, that Chris Versteeg wanted to come back to the Toronto Maple Leafs, but only for a lot of money. Here's the report. Chris Versteeg wants a Stanley Cup before retirement and does not believe in Maple Leafs' new GM, Johnny Superbman. I'll only go back for the money. They run into another post to avoid playing with these goofs. Oh, then run into another post. Just about the money to me, and Toronto got a lot of it. Well, that is true. We do have a lot of it, but, I mean, that guy, he's already shown his heart right there. He's got none of it. So, Chris Versteeg, no, I'm not signing you. That's all right. We're not going to go with it. So, let's get to, hang on a sec. Let's get to the regular season. I'll go ahead with the line changes. Let's just see if we have any injuries or morale changes. Yeah, Ottawa. All right, so let's see if we have any injuries or anything that I need to focus on before we get there. This is how we're going to be doing the regular simulation. Look at us going preseason, boys. 5-0-1 of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hell yeah, and our one loss. Overtime. Teams must be salary cap compliant. I'm already salary cap compliant. That's fine. Damn, 6-0-1. Multiple morale changes due to locker room. What? Oh, these damn morales. All right, boys. So here it is again. The locker room chemistry is up at 72%. Edit lines. Player morale. What the hell happened to morale? The Toronto Maple Leafs not liking it. Peter Holland, Nazem Kadri. Is anyone angry? Hang on. No, no one's angry. What was wrong, Matt Martin? What did? Hang on, let me just see what. Because of locker room interactions, I guess just the auto morale system is on now. Jesus, good job there, whoever my assistant coach is. It's Mike Babcock. Mike Babcock is dealing with the morale boys. All right, so that's all that taken care of. Last but not least, I'll just show you edit lines. I already kind of did this, but I'm just going to go through it one more time. We'll do a power of video editing. I wanted to put Michalek and Lupul on separate lines because they're snipers. I wanted to have a good first line with JVR, Kadri, and Komarov. So we got the first line that hopefully can handle themselves. And then I split up Matthews. I put Nylander with Bozak and Michalek, so hopefully Michalek can get some goals while Nylander sets him up. And then Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner on the third line with Joffrey Lupul. I got to keep an eye on their overalls. Currently, he's listed as a depth forward as Nylander, depth forward as Matthews, and a minor league scoring forward is Mitch Marner, right? So I think they're going to be fine playing on the second and third line. I don't think I'm going to stunt their growth at all. We'll have to see. So give me a second here, boys. Power of video editing, and I will edit the lines. All right, so I got the lines done. Took a little bit longer than I thought, but that's why we do the power of video editing. So I already got you guys caught up on the forward lines. I forgot to put Kirby Reichel in there, so he's in there, and he replaced, who was it again? Brooks Laich, that's who it was. So this is our scratch. We got Brooks Laich, Frankie Corrado, and Josh Lievo. These guys might get angry that they're not getting ice time, but them to breaks. This is the starting roster. So I got Austin Matthews with Mitch Marner down here on the third line, but that's okay because these guys have plenty of power play time. Austin Matthews is going to get the first line power play with Kadri and JVR. I want to see if I can get his point totals up there, along with Jake Gardner and Morgan Riley. So that is an offensive first line power play. Just missing a stud to really cap it off. And the second line power play, Milan Michalek with Mitch Marner and William Nylander. So you see how those guys, they do have ice time. Defensively, Morgan Riley with Matt Hunwick, Jake Gardner with Roman Polak, and Martin Marinson with Connor Carrick. So a nice combo of three lefties on the left. And, well, actually, no, Hunwick is not a righty. He's a lefty, right? So Polak and Carrick, never mind. All right, boys, so that's basically it. I might as well just show you special teams. All right, power play looks like that. Penalty kill, we got Tyler Balsack with Leo Komarov, Peter Holland, and Matt Martin. Three-man penalty kill, Balsack and Holland. I got to stop saying Balsack. It's just naturally coming out now. Jesus. Extra attackers look like that. 4-on-4. Shootout. Shootout's weird. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Either way, I got JVR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the way I thought it was. You guys can let me know. All right, so that's all taken care of, boys. I've also gone ahead and made sure that Kasperi Kapanen and Soshnikov and Leipzig and Hyman, they got the power play times in the top 6 in the AHL. So there it is, boys. We are ready to start it up. The Toronto Maple Leafs made a last-ditch effort to try to get one more defenseman for their season, Chris Russell, but he decided to sign with the New Jersey Devils. I'm sure you guys are going to have fun with your fan art, coming up with a reason why Chris Russell didn't want to come to the city of Toronto. Here we go. So, calendar. Let's start it up, boys. You know what? Opening night, let's do a real-time simulation. I might even do real-time simulations against divisional teams. They are going to be important games, unless we're clearly not a playoff team. So here it is, boys, in Ottawa, opening night. Can the Toronto Maple Leafs get this season started the right way? Austin Matthews, who's going to score? First period, oh, baby, Nazem Kadri. Holy shit. He's poised for a 164-goal season. Both goals basically in identical areas. Nice job, Kadri. Second period. Ooh, the Leafs get another one from Peter Holland. Bobby Ryan gets the Ottawa Senators on the board, and it's a 2-goal lead for Toronto going into the third period. Yeah, baby. Austin Matthews gets his first NHL goal in his first NHL game. Huge. And it's the insurance marker. Mark Stone, he got the Ottawa Senators back within 1. Yeah, and Austin Matthews put it out of reach. Beautiful job. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, boys, they start the season the right way. The Ottawa Senators outshot us 29-25, but that's the reason we got Frederik Andersen, right? Frederik Andersen, the third star. Austin Matthews had a 2-point night. Beautiful. Down there on the third line. Yeah, he's on the third line. Oh, man, I got to get used to all of this, man. It's still fresh in my mind, but if we just keep on going with enough games, I'll definitely get used to it, all right? So we don't need to waste too much time. mean, divisional games, but we're going to have divisional games for, yeah, I mean, we've got divisional game. You know what? Yeah, we'll go you know what? That's actually kind of a cool, I was thinking about doing that. You guys let me know if you like that or not, all right? I'd like to do the calendar sim, but for divisional opponents, we can do the real-time simulation because it will allow us to see who's on our divisional on our divisional rivals, can't even freaking talk. Stats Central, I can also follow this down here to see the Boston Bruins are in 5th while we're in 3rd. It'd be kind of nice to get a nice little change. And then when we go on the road, I can just use the actual calendar to simulate ahead, right? Unless, of course, we're a tanking team. Then we don't need to see anything. But we're 1-0. We might go 82-0. Who knows? So, first game in the Air Canada Center, boys. Hometown crowd is going crazy. Come on. We got Boston in town. First period. The Boston Bruins get off to the lead with David Krejci scoring a goal from the half boards on the right side. Here we go. Second period. 1 goal for Toronto, 1 goal for Boston. Matt Bolesky, Nazem Kadri, 3 goals in the first 2 games. Come on now, Toronto, tie it up. Third period. Oh, baby. William Nylander ties the game up with 10:21 remaining. Take that, Boston. It ain't 2013 anymore. So we got at least a point. Come on, can we get another one? Divisional opponent, remember. Overtime. Oh, nothing. It's going to a shootout. Now let's see if my shootout lineup worked out for us. Shootout. The Boston Bruins. Torrey Krug was the only one to score. Hey, we got back in it. Good job, William Nylander. If I could come out of that series with or come out of the first 2 games with 3 points against divisional opponents, it's good for me. All right, so sim to the next game. Now we can go on the road. So to the Winnipeg Jets. So let's do some good simulating now until things have lost locker room chemistry from what? What the hell? Oh, here we go. All right, so incoming trade offer from the Ottawa Senators. They want to give me Chabot for McCallick and Roman Polak. All right, hang on a second. Edit this trade. Let me see this Chabot guy. Chabot. Let's see. I mean, we just won the first 3 points in 4 games. It's good for us. I don't think we need to do a trade just yet. Let's see. He's a medium top 4 defenseman, 19. I mean, oof. If we got to the trade deadline, that wouldn't be a bad idea, you know? But right now, it's far too early in the season. But it is cool to see trades coming in. That's why I did the trading block. I want stories going along with our simulation this year. All right? So let's go to the calendar now and simulate up into our next divisional game or an injury or something like that. And if you guys are noticing that there's not enough injuries, let me know and I can always scale it up, all right? But it's kind of nice to have a nice... They're nice when they're there, but I hate when they happen way too often. You know, a couple times a year and then 1 or 2 in the playoffs is fine. So here we go, boys. Let's go. The Winnipeg Jets. We're going quick time. Morale because of ice time. Shootout loss to Winnipeg. The 3-0 loss to the Minnesota Wild. The Chicago Blackhawks now. That ain't good. In Chicago as well. Morgan Riley's been injured with a fractured jaw. His estimated return is November 2nd, 2016. Well, we are in our we're in October right now. I can't even freaking speak. What the hell? I'm going to have to do some line changes, so give me a second, boys. All right, so I put Frankie Corrado in Morgan Riley's spot. I moved Jake Gardner up to the first line, and Morgan Riley's ready to come back. Beautiful. Be right back. All right, so Morgan Riley's back in there. He comes back, and the Leafs get a 5-2 win over Tampa and a 2-1 win over Florida. So we are 3-2-2. We had a little bit of a rough run there on our second week. Shootout loss to Winnipeg, lost 3-0 to Minnesota, 6-3 loss to Chicago, but a 5-2 win against Tampa, and oh shit, that was the divisional game against Florida. Shit, I forgot about that. My bad, boys. So the next game up against the Montreal Canadiens, 3-2-2. Our locker room chemistry is on the rise. I don't need to check anything right now, boys. Let's keep on going. So that was a good injury for Morgan Riley. You know, I don't mind them happening when they only miss like a couple days. If that happens like freaking 3 times a week though, that's when it gets annoying. But that's fine. Keep an eye on that injury, boys. All right, so play next game. The first time this season the blue and white are facing up against the Montreal Canadiens. Let's see if we can solve Carey Price. Oh my god, let's see if we can get by Shea Weber and then solve Carey Price, for God's sakes. First period, yeah, baby. Kirby Reichel on the 4th line. Good job, my man. Second period, Austin Matthews and Joffrey Lupul. So Austin may have passed it to Joffrey for his goal. He might have a 2-point second period right there. Andrew Shaw gets 1 for Montreal. Come on now, Frederick Anderson. You got this. Third period, yeah, baby. baby. Mitch Marner chips in as well. And the young Toronto Maple Leafs, they're scoring, boys. They're scoring goals, at least in these real time. Holy shit, 1 goal, 2 assists for Austin Matthews. Joffrey Lupul, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Frederik Andersen, a fantastic game. Yeah, you guys were right about Frederik Andersen, man. I can't remember what the simulation was like for Buffalo back in NHL 16. Was it really... I'm thinking, were the goaltender stats like really strong in this compared to old gen? Like, if you have a good goaltender, he can do a lot for you. Whereas an old gen, like, you could have like the best goalie in the game and you could still miss the playoffs. I forget. Send to the next game. You guys let me know. Cancel that, actually. Calendar. So we're going to go to the end of the month, and then we will do a wrap-up of October 2016. So we got by them. Edmonton, the Islanders will go up to this game against Buffalo, a future American rivalry between Jack Eichel and Austin Matthews, man. That's going to be nice. Locker room chemistry's going up. Fractured jaw again? What the hell, Morgan Riley? You know what? November 10th? Yeah, I got to do it. Be right back. All right, Corrado's back in there. Ooh, and we have our scouting assignment. So we did defenseman in the OHL before. Boys, I know you guys don't like it, but I'm just going to do 2 base runs in the OHL. 6 weeks for forwards, 6 weeks for defense, and then I'll get more accurate when I know what the season holds and all that stuff. Here we go. Roman Polak for a 2nd-round pick from the New York Rangers. Again, trade deadline, I would take that, but right now Roman Polak is part of the team, and, you know, I don't know what to make of the Leafs just yet. I'm going to decline that trade. All right? So here we go. Somebody make some funny fan art for Morgan Riley's fractured jaw, please. You know what? When I brought him back, he still did have that injured symbol on his tag, so I think he may have still been like, he wasn't fully healed, and maybe he re-injured his jaw. Who knows? In general, I feel it would be a good year for rookies. So the NHL entry draft will be pretty good this year, it says. All right, so 4-4-2. We just lost 5-1 to Connor McJesus. All right, now we got the Buffalo Sabres. So before we start doing any more sim, let's go around. I told you, boys, we're going to be pumping these. We're going to be pumping through this. Pumping videos out and getting through. We're not even close to done yet. All right, I want to get through November in this video. So, Stat Central, right. And once I get better at navigating, that'll increase the speed as well. All right, so team stats for the Toronto, or this is the, yeah. So the Detroit Red Wings are the leaders in the Atlantic Division. All right, the Metropolitan, the defending Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins with 14 points. The Central Division, the St. Louis Blues are on top. The Pacific Division, the LA Kings are on top. All right, and then we'll just go to the, entire league. All right, so the top team in the NHL right now are the Los Angeles Kings. Where are the Toronto Maple Leafs? Let's see. There we are. We're at number 16 in the NHL. So we're about midway. I mean, that's a lot better than a lot of people thought we would be. Bottom of the table. You know, maybe one trade could improve our team. And also, just over the course of the season, as our young players get better, that could also improve our simulation, which would make our standings improve. So I'm not ready to give up on these guys just yet. Goals for per game. Let's take a look at this. So we're 2.6. The most in the NHL is 4.5 for Los Angeles. Holy crap, that's amazing. Goals against per game. Let's see this. Goals against per game. Can we find the Toronto Maple Leafs? 16th. All right, so I hate how it does this. You had it so much better on old gen. You could actually see the rankings. It shouldn't keep the place rankings. It should show where your team is from the top kind of thing. So I go down here. Where's Toronto? So we're not in the top half. All right, that's how I'm going to call it now, boys. All right, there's 30 teams. Do 15 of them show? Hang on, let me go back to the front here. I'm going to have to just think about how I do this. There you go. Does it show 15, 14? So you're either in the top half or you're not. All right. So again, goals against per game, we are not in the top half. If you look at the bottom half, we are somewhere in the middle of the table, but 2.9 goals against per game, while the top team is 1.60. All right. Power play percentage. Are we in the top half? We up there? No, we are not. We're somewhere around the middle once again, 15.4%. Jesus, Los Angeles. Your power play's clicking at 46. My God. Penalty kill percentage. Let's see. We are in the bottom half, 76.2%, while the top team is up at 94.1. So I guess our 5-on-5 is doing it for us. And then that's all that. All right. So I'll have to get used to viewing the stats now. And the player stats. Is Austin Matthews leading our team in points? That's so cool if he is. Let's see. Yes, he is. Austin Matthews. Well, he is on that first line power play, boys. He's got a power play goal as well. That's why I gave him that first line power play. He's got 11 points in 10 games played. Kadri's got 9. Joffrey Lupul, he's back there with Austin Matthews on the third line, remember. And he doesn't have power play time. He's got 8 points. Holy shit. Mitch Marner's up there at 7. William Nylander's up there at 5. All right, so the young guns, they're doing their job. I don't think that they're failing in the NHL. They seem to be playing just well. I'm not going to take them out. They got to grow. They've got to grow. And we are 4-4-2. It could be a lot worse. So let's go one more month, boys. Let's get through November. If I feel like we can go one more month without a trade, unless something incredible comes in. I want to get a good chunk of the season done before we start making any decisions. I feel like we're going to stay there the whole year. You know, somewhere around the 15 mark in the NHL. I think with that Frederik Andersen, you guys were right, man. That 88 overall goaltenders, especially during these sims. I think we play better during these sims. Here we go. First period against Buffalo. Ooh, maybe we don't. Matt Molson scores on Frederik Andersen. Second period. Ooh, we don't get anything. Come on now, Toronto. William Nylander, you tied it up before. Austin Matthews, show Jack Eichel what it means to be a Canadian-American. Here we go. Third period. Dmitry Kulikov. And the Toronto Maple Leafs get shut out against a divisional opponent. That ain't good. I'm not looking at 3 stars. We didn't get anything. Joffrey Lupul has lost morale because of an injury. That's not good. He's injured with a concussion. Estimated return is December 5th. He's out for a while, a month. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so I got Josh Lievo on the third line with Austin Matthews. Just figures, man. This game is realistic. Joffrey Lupul getting injured. He's having a good season, too, and he goes down with an injury. Not good. So we lost to a divisional team, the Buffalo Sabres. That sucks. I want to be able to win as many divisional games as we can. Now we got a long way to go before the next divisional game against Florida. So let's go. Vancouver, LA, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Nashville. And I forgot, Morgan Riley's still actually out from that secondary broke. There he is. He's back. All right. Hang on a second, boys. All right. So look at that, boys. I put Morgan Riley back on the first line. See that little med kit symbol beside his name and beside his face? So does that mean he's still kind of injured? Well, I'm going to put him there. Let's see if he fractures his jaw once again. He's not going to be able to eat solid food ever again in his life if he does. Here we go. So 2-0 loss to Buffalo. Here we go. Come on now, boys. 4-5-2. We got to start getting some wins. Was that a win? I was a 5-4 loss to Vancouver. Losing to the Canucks. Best team in the NHL. 11-1-1. Holy shit. Leo Komarov's been injured with a sore foot. A sore foot, Leo. Holy crap. Hang on, boys. All right, so Leo went down. I moved William Nylander up to the first line, Mitch Marner up to the second line, Matt Martin up to the third line, and Brooks Laich has taken over Komarov's position. So I always rotate them up, and then they can come back afterwards. I'll put them back down. 3-2 loss to the LA Kings. Morgan Riley recovered from an injury fully. Okay, so you do have to wait. Roman Polak. New York wants Roman Polak. Again, they're coming at us with that second-round pick. I'm going to decline that trade right now, even though we are 4-7-2. It's not looking good. A 5-2 win over Philadelphia. Connor Carrick's been injured with a concussion. Estimated return is November 26th. All right, boys. I think these injuries are happening a little bit too much recently. I'm going to lower them. Hang on one second. Okay, boys, so here's the injury occurrence. I already had it down to 10. I'm going to lower it to 1 out of 100 because this month it's been killing me with these damn injuries. All right, 1 out of 100. If this is not enough, you guys can let me know. But I think you would agree, ever since we hit November, holy shit. Joffrey Lupul, Morgan Riley, Connor Carrick, Leo Komarov. It's just far too much. I'm going to have to make roster moves and such. So back to the calendar. We're 15 games into the season, boys. So, getting to the quarter mark. We got... we just had that 3-2 loss against the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. It was a shootout loss, though. So 5-7-3. The record is starting to tilt to a non-playoff team. Let's go up here against the Florida Panthers. Somebody should be back. Be right back. All right, so Leo is back, and he's got a medkit symbol beside his name. Whatever, I'm throwing him out there. Hopefully he's fine. Morale change because of Milan Michalek now the New York Rangers want for a second-round pick. I'm going to decline that. We don't need that at all. Brooks Laich has lost morale because he's been scratched. All right, Leo Komarov is back. All right, so we got 2 divisional games back-to-back, but we are 5-8-3. Things are not looking good here, boys. Toronto Maple Leafs, they started off good, the youngins, but the veterans are now catching up, and we are in 7th in our division. I think we're ahead of the Florida Panthers. They're probably in 8th. We don't see them. But yeah, man, and the Detroit Red Wings, they have double our points. That ain't good. Why would you want to trade away Cronwall and Zetterberg? Look at what they're doing for you, Detroit. Jeez. Jesus. All right, so play next game. Here we go, boys. Back-to-back divisional games. Can the youngins come through? Come on, we got to turn the season around. I seem to play better when we're doing this. I know we lost the last game to Buffalo 2-0, but still. First period, maybe that was just coincidence. Captain Keith Yandel and Jacob Kindle. Second period, oh my God, and the Florida Panthers are running away with this one. They're freaking last place. Come on, Toronto. Third period, we get two. Hunwick and William Nylander scores on Roberto Luongo, but it's not enough. As the Toronto Maple Leafs go down to the Florida Panthers. They outshot us 37-24. Rough stuff, boys. So maybe a line change or two is necessary. Our locker room chemistry is still on the rise, though. So, I mean, our young players, they're liking the chance to play, I suppose. Oh, never mind. Just as I say it, I've lost locker room chemistry. Yeah, now it's trending down. Fantastic. Stop talking. You just jinx everything. So here we go, boys. Oh my God, the Montreal Canadiens, they're 6-10-2. Jesus. Here we go. First period, it's a 2-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. William Nylander, and it's Al Montoya in the net. It's not even Carey Price. William Nylander and Mitch Marner, so the youngins continue to score for Toronto. Second period, Montreal ties up. Jarome Iginla is on the Montreal Canadiens. They made the trade, all right? And that's another thing. I can go back and I got to look at what's going on in the NHL as well. I'll do that after this game. All right, and the third period, they come back. Jarome Iginla, the big acquisition for the Montreal Canadiens. He steals 2 points away. If they're going to come back in this season, man, you never know. You need games like that. Jarome Iginla steps up. Damn it. Multiple morale changes because of ice time in the positive direction. That's good. Now, before we go any farther, updates. I should have been doing this more. All right. At the end of every month, I should check this. Let me just go to not player morale, player pick and trading. Yes, trading. So here, So Montreal traded Danielle Audette and Simone Bourque to the Colorado Avalanche, I guess 2 prospects, in return for Jarome Iginla. So you got Shea Weber, Carey Price, and Jarome Iginla, and Andrew Shaw in Montreal. Much different. They're getting grittier, man. They're getting bigger. But Jerome's on the tail end of his career. They're going for a win right now. But 6-10-2 is their record. Shit. And the Ottawa Senators and the New York Islanders, they hooked up for a trade as well. The Islanders sent Jason Chimera and Eric Bolton to Ottawa in exchange for Max Lajoie. All right, so very good signings. Oh, yeah, we can see all these signings here, where everyone went. All right, Kirkland, Richard, Vano, let me just see. Chris Versteeg went to Winnipeg. Alexander Semin went to the Islanders. All right. Yeah, I don't know if these show all the signings because the Chris Russell signing wasn't in there, or maybe because that happened in preseason. I got to be sure to stick with this. Anytime something happens, boys, I have to league updates. Like every month, I'd say I'll come back to that and check it out, all right? This is what I mean about I have no time for the finances, boys. I wanna keep an eye on the entire league. I really like this divisional real-time sim now because it's going to give us more of a story for our actual players. Carolina, New Jersey, Washington, Edmonton. Okay, beautiful. Let's go to the end of the month, all right? We'll finish off November. So here we go, boys. Can the Toronto Maple Leafs get back on track, get closer to 500 before November's done, or is the season going to be done at the end of November? I don't know. There's a 5-2 win over Carolina. Connor Carrick's available. Hell yeah, I got to get him in there. Come on now. All right, so Connor Carrick's back. There's 2 wins, a 5-2 win over Carolina and a 3-2 win over New Jersey. We got the Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin. They're 8-10-3. They're not looking good. A 5-2 win over them. We're getting back on track. Edmonton, 12-10-2. Did we beat them? I don't know. No, a 4-1 loss to Edmonton. Joffrey Lupul's available to play in the next game. Hang on. All right, so King Joffrey is back a part of the team. 82 overall. I mean, that's going to be better than Lievo. And we beat the Calgary Flames. So we're in December, boys. And you got to look at the last, how many games here? I mean, we went on a horrible losing streak there. But 1, 2, 3, 4. We have won 4 of our last 5. Not too shabby. If we can keep this up for another month, we can get back on track. Our record is 9-11-3, boys. But it was 5-10-3 at one point. So I don't know what to make of this. I don't know. You guys are going to have to chime in. Our locker room chemistry is on the rise. And I know from last year that's a very important part. All right. What do I need to do? Might as well just check the activity feed again. Just see if anything happened. Every month. I'll just get into the routine of checking this every month. So trading, anything. Okay, so it updates it every month, it looks like. So that happens every how often, you guys let me know in the comments. The activity feed, how long does it go back? How often does it refresh? Is it every month? If it's every month, then I have to stop before the end of the month. You guys can let me know about that, all right? Maple Leafs. All right, so league, yes. Let's take a look at the, hang on, no, managed roster. Where is no managed contract? It's the managed roster, right? I want to take a look at the progress reports. Yeah, progress reports. Let's see if any of our youngins have got any growth yet. Here we go. Connor Carrick looks like he's grown a little bit. Let's see. Austin Matthews has gone up by 15, boys. He's already in 82. This is what I mean about this team holding on to the players. These guys could end up being, mid 80s, high 80s by the end of the year, and our simulation will become far better. Let's see what's going up here. All of his puck skills category, that makes sense. He's a playmaker. His senses have not gone up. His shooting, slap shot accuracy, and slap shot power, so he's turning into a shooter. I like that. Defensively, stick checking. Skating, he's becoming a better skater. And physical, slightly. That's nice, man. He's got how many points this year? He's got 8 goals, 11 assists, so 19 points, I think, in 23 games played. Think it is. Yeah, 23 games played, so he's having a good season. Morgan Riley, he's got a growth of 7. Not bad. Individual attributes. The overall, he's only got a growth of 1. But still, Kirby Reichel, that's why I wanted to play him on the 4th line. Mitch Marner and William Nylander. See, this is one of the things I really enjoyed about current gen GM mode. You see your youngins growing over the course of the season. I love that. So if we hold on to these guys, we may have a much better team by the end of, say, December. By the end of January. If we can hold on to around 500, we might be able to take a stab at those playoffs. I don't know. So there is the youngins up there. And in the system, we have some growth from all these guys. Not too shabby. Anyone really growing? Keaton Middleton and, they're AHL. Now they're AHL. Top 9 forward. Here we go. Jeremy Bracco. He looks like he's getting some good growth. But they're all still down there. Sashnikov, top 9 forward. He's already basically a top 9 forward. Okay, and you know what I forgot to check? NHL goaltenders. How's Frederick Anderson having a season? Is he happy? He's 88 overall. What's his stats looking like this year? Stats, save percentage of .918 and a goals against of 2.62. Goals against a little bit high, but a save percentage is not bad. Games played, 8 wins. What's his morale like? Hopefully he's not getting pissed off. But that's the growth. So boys, we're gonna call it right there. You can see how the season is shaping up for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're kind of a streaky team. When we get hot, our youngins can score goals and get us wins. But overall, we don't match up well against some of the best teams in the NHL. So I think we're gonna be hovering around this 500 mark. But the question is, our young guns gonna grow fast enough to the point where we can actually take a stab at those playoffs? Or is it going to be more of a next year type of thing? The Atlantic Division, Toronto Maple Leafs are in 7th with, how many points? 21 points. It's got to get like 9 points. I mean, there's still plenty of games left, right? Plenty of games left. The entire league. Let's take a look at this. All right, so your leading team, the Chicago Blackhawks, 2nd, Pittsburgh Penguins. Goals for per game. Let's take a look at this. We are dead center, basically. You can see us at the bottom of the table right there, 2.70, while the top team is 3.65. So we're not scoring enough goals. Goals against per game, are we in the top at all? No, we're not. We're in the bottom. Yeah, we're in the bottom like 10, it looks like. 2.91 goals against, while the best is 1.96. That needs to be improved big time. Power play percentage, are we in the top? No, we're not. Are we in the bottom? We're close to the middle ground, 17.5%, while the top is 34. I'm not even going to say that's the top. That's ridiculous. The top is like 27%. So our power play needs to increase, and that would increase our goals for. And our penalty kill, let's see, we are like bottom 8 for penalty kill. So our penalty kill is not good either, boys. All right, in our last 10, we are 5, 4, and 1. So if you guys have any suggestions for line changes, you've seen how the team is performing, any trades, anything and everything, go nuts in the comments. One last thing, I'll just show you the how everyone's playing. All right, so the forwards, Nazem Kadri and James Van Riemsdyk on that first line. It makes sense. Austin Matthews, he's on the line with them on the power play, so I'd imagine the power play is doing good for their point totals. Yeah, 3 power play goals for Nazem Kadri. All right, 22-19. Mitch Marner's got 17 in 23. William Nylander's got 11 in 23. I'd like to see William Nylander get a little bit more points, but that's okay. He's a -8 as well. I might have to take a look at where can't talk. Where William Nylander is slotted in on the team. Milan Michalek is a -12. Peter Holland's a -3. Tyler Balsack is a -8. Matt Martin's a -7. Our first line's getting it done. These guys not so much. Defensively, let's see. Jake Gardner, he's got 11 points. Morgan Riley's got 6 points. He was injured for only 3 more games than mean, Jake's only got 3 more games played than Morgan Riley. It's not that much, actually. All right, and last but not least, the goaltender, even though we already know this, Frederik Andersen, 2.62. Let me see, the Pittsburgh Penguins, Marc-Andre Fleury's stats. Compare them. Yeah, what's his save percentage? I know his goals against is going to be low. What's his save percentage? Oh, my God, .930. Oh, holy shit, Marc-Andre Fleury. He's having an incredible year. All right, so Frederik Andersen could be playing much better, boys. So we're going to end on that. Actually, we're going to end on, let me just bring up the lines. This is the last thing. The good news is our locker room chemistry is at 75%, and it's on the rise. You guys have said in the past that that's the big feature when it comes to simulating, so I'll try to keep on growing that. Any line changes. The first line's getting it done. The second line, McCallick, Balsack, and Nylander, not so much. The third line is, maybe I move Nylander, maybe I move Nylander down here just to get him with Matthews and Marner, you know? So that he plays better, because the third line is getting it done and these guys are growing, right? And Joffrey Lupul, yeah, he's having a good season. I hope that moving him off the third line wouldn't affect these two guys, but I want Nylander to grow. I don't want him to have a minus in there. I don't want to stunt his growth. So if you guys have any suggestions there, and of course defensively as well, if you have any suggestions, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. And be sure, if you're interested in putting some fan art up and you want to see it in the next GM Mode commentary, just send it to my Twitter account. We're not going to do it for the website anymore. The website's just going to be used for the chat and the forums, all right? So send it to Twitter, and you guys may see it in the next video. Be sure to check out our website, 2bcsports.com, where the hockey talk continues. Find myself and others in the live interactive chat, or dive into the active forums to talk about sports and gaming. You can also find us on Twitch, where the live streams come to life.